All right, guys, welcome to the greatest show on earth. We're here at SolarCon 2023. We're very excited, guys. You guys have all heard about SolarCon, so I've actually got the hosts of the show here, Solar Joe and Jake Hess. These guys are the ones that made it happen, so what can we expect at the event, guys?
We are at the greatest solar show on earth, and it is exactly how it sounds. It is gonna be amazing. We have over 100 vendors, over 3,000 attendees, amazing connections, networking, training. Everybody's up-leveling, helping each other, having a great time. It's going to be amazing.
Wow. We have some of the brightest minds in solar coming here, and everyone's just hungry to learn, and I love this.
I love it, guys. So you're going to see the event. We're basically behind the scenes. We're kind of like journalists for the modern day gold rush out here, right? The greatest transfer of wealth of our generation. You guys have everybody out here in Utah, so we're going to go around and just talk to every single vendor, every single influencer out here. SolarCon! All right, what's going on, guys? We're actually hanging out here with somebody that got me one of my first starts in this solar industry. This is Mr. Zach Hillstead. How awesome is it to be at SolarCon? Tell us what's going on, and then, dude, just this industry. How awesome is this industry changing people's lives in solar?
I love it. Iron sharpens iron. It's so true. But at the end of the day, there's no new idea in door-to-door. We all stand on the shoulders of giants. So you take what came before you, get that foundation, become, do, and have, and then you make it better and give back. And what's cool is from that restaurant, that rickety table in Laredo, to how many hundreds of thousands, if not millions, in commissions, thousands of jobs that you've created and lives that you've influenced. That's what it's about, and that's the vehicle that solar is, to bless other people and help up-level the industry and become better versions of ourselves.
All right, guys, we got Gene Gomez here, CEO of Prodigy Power, right? You see him on the shirt right here. So we've been hanging out, man, the last almost damn near year, right?
Dude, yeah.
We met at Taylor's Knockstar event, then we saw you at the Ultimate Recruiting Experience, and then we saw you at Door-to-Door Con 6, and now we're at SolarCon, right? The greatest show on earth. So we're asking everybody, bro, how incredible is this industry, solar, and how cool is it to be to see it changing so many people's lives?
Dude, it's so crazy because I first was in other different industries, and then I got into solar, and it catapulted me to having the ability to go out and create massive income, go out and have more room for error, right? Because in this industry, you can still not be good and make $500,000 a year. It's the craziest thing ever fucking done. So solar's completely changed my life.
So last thing, bro, what's your biggest advice for everybody watching this video? Whether they're brand new in the industry, they've been in the industry for 10 years, they're watching this right now, they stumbled upon the video. What's your biggest advice for these guys to go out here and change their life in solar?
Yeah, so number one biggest piece of advice is to keep on going. No matter how high is your high get, how low is your low get, you need to continuously keep on going, because he who stands the test of time will prosper in the end. So keep on going, don't fucking quit.
This is the modern day gold rush. It is the greatest transfer of wealth of our generation, and you've got people coming out here brand new to the sales industry. They've never knocked a door, and they're able to come out here in their first month and make $15,000, $20,000, $25,000. And then that's as a setter, right? And then once they become a closer, it's possible to make true solar money. And when we say true solar money, it's $50,000 to $100,000 a month. But we've also got guys that are going out here and they breathe, sleep, and eat this shit. This is all they do. It's like, dude, I don't want to hang out with people, bro. I don't want to hang out. I don't need friends. I want to go out here and I want to make life-changing money, and I want to hang out with people that want to do the same, right? You're a product of the 5 people you surround yourself with. And so it's like, dude, there's people that are literally making $200,000, $300,000 a month right now, knocking on doors. We say it every single video, we don't know what's going to happen, and that's our favorite part. But one thing we do know is that we're going to be the best in the game. We're going to break records, we're going to make history, and we're going to be a part of the #1 solar sales team in America. Guys, look, this is the main sponsor for SolarCon. We're out here with freaking Fusion Power. I mean, this is like a whole thing, bro. How crazy is this industry, solar? How long have you been in solar, and what's your biggest message for people that are wanting to change their life in this industry, that is the solar industry?
Sell with integrity. Do everything you do with integrity. Build something that's going to last, and do it the right way. So part of that is understanding what are true principles to build on, and make sure that you're integrity with yourself, integrity with the industry. We have a really good ride here if we treat it the right way. So making sure that you guys are just being honest with what you do. Find good leaders that you guys can trust and build with, it's really painful to start over and start over. So really vet the people that you decide to work with, that you partnership with. When you create that partnership, find ways to add value to that partnership. And it can't be a game of only extraction. That's what we're trying to do at Fusion Power, is find people that we can partner with, that can feed us and we feed them, and we'll create a symbiotic relationship.
1, 2, 3, Fusion Bros!
Tap in, the Solar Cowboy just walked in.
How is this industry and solar changing lives? And what would be your advice to people brand new that have never knocked a door?
One of the gentlemen that knocks for you said that one thing is it's going to be a matter of a still syndrome. These people going to still be in their parents' house. They still going to be eating at McDonald's, still flipping burgers. It's a matter of changing that mindset and doing what other people ain't doing, because generally when you lean towards that, right, it opens up a whole nother door. Just like here. In solar though, all you need is a crack. And then we create that big opening.
I like that, bro.
But yeah, guys, just like I said, even if it don't work out for you right off rip, just keep trying and going and going and going and going.
What's up, everybody? My name is Luigi Leon, aka the Solar Preacher. I've been now in the solar industry for 18 years. All right, since 2005. My wife and I, we have an architecture development firm, and we started solar back when, where basically it was not popular, right? And to see the growth in solar today, where people are now adopting to the technology, it's really to save humanity, right? They call me the Solar Preacher because this is my ministry, my mission to bless the world, to teach people there's just a better way. That's what it's all about. And at the same time, we're monetizing it. We're literally creating financial freedom while we're blessing the world. What better business to be in than the solar business, baby? Let's go.
All right, guys, we are on day 1 of SolarCon, year 2, the greatest show on earth. We got Mr. Solar Joe.
Yes, sir.
So, dude, how awesome is this event? Obviously, you and Jake are putting it together. You guys have put your blood, sweat, and tears into it, and we're walking around, dude. We've got everybody from the industry out here. So, how are you feeling, man?
This is amazing. This is more than I can even expect. And, you know, when we started this last year, we had no idea what to expect at all. And 4 months we started it, and last year I was telling everybody about it. SolarCon this, SolarCon that. This year, everybody's telling me about it.
Yeah.
They're like, SolarCon, I'm like, yeah, no. And this place is filled up. Like all the rooms right now, the breakout rooms are filled up to capacity, and there's still a bunch of people rocking around.
Of people here. Why did you guys put this event together, right? A lot of people would say don't do this, right? Like don't bring people all together from different companies. So like what was your guys' goal with putting together the greatest show on earth?
Uniting the solar industry.
Yep.
We really have all the same goal. We want to be helping the environment, help the planet, make money, take care of homeowners, be in business, entrepreneurs. Like we all have the same goals. We all learn from each other, and this is the event to do it, man. So it's pretty exciting.
What's your biggest advice for everybody right now to take full advantage of this opportunity, go all in solar, and then to become one of the, the next generation's leaders?
Hey, my biggest piece of advice for you is be the one that takes the risk. Everybody gets up to this cliff and they have to jump off and make a very scary decision in their lives, right? It's super scary to leave financial stability. It's super scary to leave what your family tells you to do or what your friends aren't doing. If you're the only one doing it, you get to the edge of that cliff, you had better make sure that you're jumping off that cliff, because if you're not doing it, someone else is going to. It's scary. You have to learn to build an airplane on the way down before you crash and die. And that is taking risks to become successful. Do it every time. Do it more than anyone else, and you'll be more successful than anyone you come across.
So before you get out of here, Jake, and I appreciate you taking the time, bro, is like, dude, you just talked about you got to take the risk, right? So it's like to go from that inception of like you had the idea for SolarCon, right, 1 year ago. So now to see it like, proof of concept, right? There's thousands of people here. How good does that feel, and what can people expect in the future? This industry is going to be around for the next decade plus, right? Yeah. So what is your advice for people to like take that leap of faith, right, to do something that's never been done before? And 2 parts to the question, then how good does it feel, and what can people expect in the future?
Like I mentioned, jump off that cliff, but be okay if you fail. I certainly am, and I have failed quite a bit. But be okay if you fail, because at least you're trying. There's so many people out there that have these ideas and these dreams, and they never try to do it. And I know it sounds cliche, it really does, but I promise you, SolarCon, what it turned into a year ago, we just went step by step by step. We were okay with the failure, but when a task came up, we just kept doing it, right? Because the failure was less important than our vision and the task that we had in front of us. It's not secret, it's just You just do the work and don't quit. That's it. I think the biggest difference between anyone that's successful and not is just they don't quit.
1, 2, 3, SolarCon! All right, guys, this is Keith Crum. Tell us a little bit about what's going on with the no-brainer deal with Tax Out.
Yeah, so we're absolutely changing the game with the industry. Everybody in solar is used to saving savings on the electric bill, hopping from company to company, trying to find a better finance company. In reality, we're selling tax strategies, we're selling investment strategies. It's no longer selling solar, we're selling solutions. And so there's really no one that can really compete with these strategies because it's not just selling an electric bill. We're able to really represent the homeowner, and they love it. They refer their family, their friends. It's a completely different game.
So guys, we've got Caesar here, right? We got Real Solar. We're gonna do a podcast with Ask Solar. So we're stoked. We're at SolarCon. Before we get into the podcast, bro, what's your message for everybody at SolarCon with like how crazy this industry is that we're changing people's lives with?
The opportunity is like beyond belief. It's like almost like you get to go fishing every single day or choose to go do something else. But if you happen to catch a fish, it's worth $5,000, $10,000. So it's like, what the hell are you doing outside of fishing? I don't know what you're doing outside of going out and getting it with solar, because like I see your content every day, bro. It looks like you're not just throwing out content out there, but you're working, right? And so everybody should be following what you're doing, dude, because like the activity is what pays, not the conversations, not the ideas, is the activity, money-making activities.
Hey, we got the real bros here. Let's go. Nice to meet you in person again, bro.
Sure, bro.
As you guys know, me and Will, we were traveling to 6 different markets and dominating, teaching people the setter closer model. That's the future of solar. If you're selling solar right now and you're self-genning, getting out there, building a team of setters and doing what you do best. Recruiting and closing. That's what's going to pay you the most amount of money. And that's what has been so important. And that, you know, was the big moral of the story is setters are running the space. Setters are the future of solar. And if you don't get it, you're going to get got. Okay, and Will, just want to thank you so much for coming out, being at all these stops. You absolutely crushed it. We had a blast. We had a good time.
We got to know each other really well.
We did.
And it's like, dude, you've helped me level up so much, man. I got to meet so many cool people. But at the end of the day, dude, it's like, this is the best industry to be in. And you are, by far, dude, the most authentic, no pun intended, sales trainer, right? So, dude, love you so much. It was awesome to travel with you from California to Arizona to Texas to freaking Florida to Colorado. Now we're in Utah, SolarCon, the greatest show on earth. So what's your message for everybody for why they should come to events like this? And then just like, dude, I mean, I know we've done content with you, bro, but it's like, dude, how grateful are you for this opportunity that is solar, that is changing people's lives?
Yeah, dude, it's just, you know, sometimes when you're out knocking doors and you're by yourself, it gets lonely, right? And you think that there's just you and the doors. But when you realize that there's a whole community behind you that come here that are all trying to change the world, you can come to a conference and look at all the people here. These are the people that are changing the space for the future. And so it's cool to be once a year, twice a year, go to a conference, meet all these amazing people and see who else is on that same journey as you. And that's what I'm saying, man. Make sure that you invest in going to conferences because it's not just you and the doors. There's a whole group of people that proximity is power, and that's what it's about at this conference. It's getting around the right type of people. Melissa Ramirez, buenos dias.
One of the top reps, the top rep in Colorado. You guys met her at the Solar Center Closer Tour.
The #1 rep in the female space for solar, absolutely crushes it. So we're wrapping up the Setter Closer Tour. Melissa, what were some things that you took away from dominating in Denver?
I mean, one of the biggest things is Danny gave us really applicable stuff. Like there's literally a notebook that you filled out that shows you everything you need. I haven't been to any other event yet where I get a notebook with all the answers to go make the sales. So the notebook itself is worth hundreds of dollars.
Hundreds, at least 100,000 million. That's what I'd say, guys, dude. And when you're good, you give back. Melissa, she's crushing it right now, and she's giving back. Melissa, the reason why she's such a great teacher is because she's a great student. And if you're watching this, if you think you're too good, if you think you're too good to study, that's why girls like her are kicking your ass. So get a notebook, get a pen, go to a conference, learn some get good, because if you were already good, you'd been on stage. So if that doesn't piss you off, get on stage next year. We want to see you guys at an event with a microphone giving back what you did to get to the next level. So I'm calling all you guys out right now. If you think you're good, come and prove it. We want to see who can beat Melissa next year and go out and throw down for the top female rep in the gosh dang game.
Rock and roll. Hey guys, we're here with Ty Seguin. You guys have definitely seen his face on Knoxstar University. Bro, I remember when I first got into this industry a year and a half ago, I watched every watching one of your videos. All of our setters have watched all of your videos. So you've changed the game, bro. We're out here at SolarCon. So what's your message for like the brand new setter? They've never knocked a door, but they want to go out here and change their life in solar. And like, guys, this guy's the one to answer this question, right? Like literally like 200 deals last year, right? 200 and some deals.
So I'd say that, hey, you just gotta simplify the task at hand. Like, don't overcomplicate things. At the end of the day, we're not looking for any sort of like hard information, no credit card information. We're just basically having conversations with homeowners, finding which ones are genuinely interested in learning about a program that could put them in a better situation, right? That's why I love solar, because we're not adding any additional expense. You know, electricity is the world's most valuable currency, right? Everybody uses it. So it's basically something that everyone's gonna pay regardless if they go solar or not. The sun's gonna hit their roof regardless if they go solar or not. There's just an option to have that sun hit the roof and keep money in their pocket and claim ownership over something they currently have no control over. So my advice is take it day by day. If you guys wanna make a huge dent in this industry, treat it like a professional, right? If you look at doctors, professional athletes, you know, these high paid positions, they put thousands and thousands and thousands of hours of countless effort just to basically master their craft, right? And basically practice makes the master. So if we have the ability to go make doctor money, professional athlete money, you need to start taking the due diligence and start studying like one. So practice makes the master.
So guys, thank you for being part of day one with SolarCon. We're wrapping it up out here at Ruth Chris Steakhouse. And dude, like, you are a product of the 5 people you hang out with, so I hope I can hang out with Edmund more, bro.
Let's go. Hey, I'll share with you guys 3 words that I paid $12,000 for. Attitude is everything, okay? Attitude is everything. Get in the right state of mind before you knock a door or talk to a homeowner. I'll give you guys my 3 E's: excitement, emotion, and enthusiasm. You want to inject and infect your homeowners with excitement, emotion, and enthusiasm so they don't eject and reject you. You know, a sale is just a transfer of emotion. Make sure you can get into state, snap into state. This guy's a badass wrestler. He used to probably say go and then just, you know, shoot in for the legs. Get into state and inject and infect homeowners with excitement, emotion, and enthusiasm so they don't eject and reject you. You can do that with prospects. You can do that in business. You can do that with a girl. You can do it in all walks of your life. I'll see you guys at the top or from the top.
We're here with Mr. Tanner Williams.
What's up, brother?
What's going on, man? Hey, we're at SolarCon, bro. How's it going so far?
It's amazing.
Day 2.
If you're not here, you should be here. This is the best time of year to sell solar by far. I did 130 installs last year in 4 months during these critical months of the year. There's no better time to just go all in. Get disciplined, get good habits. You can make millions of dollars in these next 4 months if you do it right. It's nuts.
All right, guys, so we got Kiara Sells Solar. Now, this is really cool. All right, so like we're out here hanging out with everybody in the industry. We've been following you for 2 years. You are literally running the, not the door-to-door space, right, but the virtual space for solar. You're absolutely crushing it. So first of all, like, nice to meet you. It's incredible to meet you. We love you.
You as well. Like, you're the king of door-to-door in my opinion.
Appreciate it.
I follow you guys only for the door-to-door stuff. Like, you really crush it.
Like we always say, guys, there's like more than one way to skin a cat, right? There's more than one way to do this and have a ton of success in this, you know, multi-billion-dollar industry, right? So what is your best advice for people for how they can sell virtually and for how they can recruit virtually?
So first and foremost, the way I've seen success is building my personal brand. So if you guys see the content I'm posting, it's very educational. And I did talk about this in my speech when I opened up SolarCon, so I'll share that with you guys so you have that info. But just being an expert in the space, you have to be someone that people want to follow and learn from. That's like first and foremost. You have to stay educated. I've been in this industry almost a decade and I learn something new every day. New batteries come out, you need to know those batteries like the back of your hand. You have to give your salespeople the confidence to go in and sell that new product. So if you're not educated as a leader, how are you going to inspire others? So that's the first thing, is just being educated. And then coming from a broadcast news background, a lot of that is really just talking with the manufacturers, hearing all the technical jargon and like speaking with these really intelligent people. And how do you take that information and convert it into layman terms so that when a rep's going into the home, they can spell it out. You know, it's apples to apples. So just really taking your knowledge, putting it into a video online and helping people get that value and sell those products or services in an easy way so they can get those fast results.
So we got Nolan here. He's the D2D king on Instagram. With you having been in the industry for like damn near 10 years and made millions of dollars, right? Yep. Didn't let off the gas. What's your advice for people that have made 100,000 or $1 million for them to keep going?
I can tell you exactly what my advice is, and you have to realize the opportunity is not going to last, right? Yeah, you are making $1 million, $250,000, 500 grand, $1 million. That's great. You're comfortable now, but you need to make 10x that, 20x that, 50x that. Invest that. Set yourself up for the rest of your life, because I'm literally positive this won't last forever.
This guy, when I first got into the industry, was a huge influence on me. This is Patrick Kenny. He's a stud entrepreneur. What's your advice for the reps that are making their first like couple $100,000? What should they be doing with that money? Just letting it sit in the bank account, right? And then wait till next year? No, what do they got to put it in?
The bank account is not a bad idea, actually, for some. They keep it moving almost too fast. I think you have to look at the market, first of all. You have to understand the timing, and certainly right now is not, or it's a very interesting time to be investing. You can't be rushing into an investment just to invest. Number one, the first thing you should do is make sure that you have a correct tax structure set up. I know that's not the time for this, but the best tax structure you can set up after that, make sure when guys are making 100 grand, at least 40 grand of that is put in a different account for taxes. They forget that.
For everybody watching this right now, what would be your biggest advice for the guy that's watching this? He's brand new to the industry, hasn't knocked the door, hasn't made a phone call, but he wants to come out here and make $500,000 to $1 million this year.
So I would say, number one, you got to get around a crew that is filled with energy, that is filled with positivity, and filled with action. Because without action, without guys that are actually out there doing it in the field, not just talking about it, you're not going to get anywhere. You have to get around the people, hence why we're all at SolarCon. It's not about the booths we're in, it's not about, frankly, the speeches. It's about connections, it's about the people, it's about meeting new faces, getting to know them, because even though you might just talk to that guy and he works for the company that works for the company that works for the company, in 5 years they might be like, you were a cool dude, and give you a call, and now you're working together. You never know. So it's all about networking, and then just get out in the field with the guys that are doing the dang thing.
Guys, check this out. This is crazy. David Williamson, all right? We all know him from Titan. So we're out here at SolarCon. Great to meet you finally in person, man. Huge fan of everything you've done. And dude, how awesome is solar?
Solar is the best. Solar is the best industry. You get to help the customer, you get to make money, you get to help installers, you get to help operations people. Everyone makes money in the downline, and the customer saves money. The best industry to sell and be operational in.
Guys, here's the deal. This is one of the biggest names in the solar industry, which is crazy. So we're gonna ask him a question now that's gonna add a ton of value for you. For people that are watching that have never knocked a door, they've never made a phone call, they're brand new to the industry, what would be your biggest advice for them to go out there and make $500,000 to $1 million this year?
Oh my gosh, if someone wants to earn that kind of money in this industry, partner up with a team, someone who has structure to training, someone who will hold you accountable, someone who will say, we're going out and doing this on this day, in this way, and you're going to make this money. And if that person commits to that, they will make the money. The industry is too good. There is too many opportunities right now, but you have to be part of a good team who will give you the training. You can't just go out and do it on your own.
Mikey Lucas, our question is just like, how awesome is this industry?
It's an abundant industry. There's enough people in our industry that actually care about people. Is there snakes? 100%. But there's enough people in the door-to-door space that actually genuinely care. So that to me is one of the most important things about any industry you're ever going to be in. I don't care if it's real estate, solar, whatever. Be around people that you want to be like and that you would trade places with.
Guys, this is crazy. These two right here are literally responsible for me getting into the solar industry. It was March 2020, right when COVID hit. Jimmy called me, he's like, bro, you got to check out the solar industry. So bro, I just want to say thank you, man, for bringing me into this industry, bro.
You are welcome.
You're from Grand Rapids, we're from Grand Rapids, right? And so it's pretty exciting, man, just to be here at SolarCon, the greatest show on earth, right? We're talking to a bunch of people, but catch us up, bro. How's everything going with the solar power couple? We got Miss Deborah here, right? You guys are the greatest on earth. I freaking love you guys.
The best minds in the industry coming together, collaborating, working together. We're learning, we're all leveling up, you know, so it's great to be able to see you helping so many people, impacting so many lives, you know, helping the planet as well, man. Great work.
For all of you that are like, dude, like you're inspiring me to get into this industry, it's like these were the ones that got me into this industry at first. So it's just kind of cool to see that impact, and you know, it's real, right? Like success comes from successors, and so you guys brought me into this space in the first place, and I've looked up to you as a mentor, bro. Not just in solar, but also in like how to be a man of God, you know, how to be a family man, and just like how to really live a good life. So I freaking love you guys, and I appreciate you guys for everything. Any last words as we finish up day 2, brother?
Follow the system, trust the process. Solar is the only industry that helps. It's actually a perfect trifecta. It's helping the planet, it's helping the homeowner, and then helping ourselves as well. So definitely perfect industry, right time, right place.
Let's go. All right, guys, we got Jacob here, AKA
The Real Young Closer on Instagram.
The Real Young Closer on Instagram, from the Elliott Group, the greatest sales training group in the world.
Listen, number one, everybody's just been getting fired up, ready to go, because they see something that they're wanting, which is a team that has energy, that has loyalty, that's bought in, and somebody that's always gonna push on the same mission that you have. And so everybody who's talked to us is like, how have you built the team that you have? And we're like, hey, listen, we've got it right here. Andy Elliott's the guy. And so everybody, man, they've just been going crazy. They've just been having massive energy. We've been doing push-ups, pull-up contests. Dude, it's like a zoo over there. We're just having fun.
All right, guys, we're hanging out with Nick Wiebe here. We're on day 3 of the greatest show on earth. How do you set expectations with your spouse to be able to go in here and like work at such a high level and like have her be okay with you not being around maybe all the time, right? Like, how are you like setting expectations with your spouse so that you can go out here and still work all these hours that you need to work in order to be successful in this industry?
Great question. So yeah, loved ones, family, my wife, right? You just got to be up front with her. If you set proper expectations, same thing, setting proper expectations up front, it's not going to be a problem on the back end. So love you, babe. Just, you know, I'm grinding right now for our future. Like, this is something we got to do. I'm going to be out of commission for a little bit here, maybe grinding for a little bit, but these next few years are going to set us up financially for the rest of our lives. It's well worth it. She's seen me grind since day one, right? Since we got together, we've been a grinder, and you just got to know too. Also, want to give her some time, water those plants right there as well too. Never forget about her. Do special stuff for her, but also do not forget to set those expectations with wifey.
The door-to-door insider, guys. This is Lee Barber from the Legacy Bros. So we're on day 3 of SolarCon. How's the event been going so far?
SolarCon's been good, man. It's really good to see how many people are in our industry, the differences, the dynamic personalities. I was just talking to somebody and we were talking about the expanse of nationwide solar, and I think to some extent guys like you and I get a little bit more exposure so people know us. There's so many unseen, unheard voices out there that you really get to come in here and see. It's been cool to see the vendors, the personalities, the people, the EPCs, the reps. There was a moment in the beginning when we were in the hall, and I think there was around 1,000, 1,200 people in there, and somebody was on stage and they said, who's in their first 2 years of solar? And 90% of the crowd raised their hands. So you really get an expanse of like how many new people are here, how many older people are here, what we have in the industry. It's been a really good event.
For everybody that's watching this right now that's like not where they want to be financially, or maybe they've gone through some financial hardship, can you talk to that? Like, have you gone through anything like that before? And like, do you have any advice for everybody watching for like how they can get out of whatever financial, hardship? Obviously this is a modern day gold rush, but sometimes it takes, 3, 4, 5, 6 months to really see success.
The biggest piece of advice that I always give people is marry the process. Because when people focus on the outcome and they're like, hey, I just need to get that $3,000 or $4,000 or $5,000 check, and that doesn't come next week, the process that gets that check starts to lower. And then they stop knocking, and then they get disgruntled, and then they feel bad, and then they start cross-comparing themselves, and then more and more and more of the process that would make them successful for the outcome starts to drop and drop and drop because they feel worse, because they're just looking for that paycheck. So if you marry, these are things we hear all the time, but stay married to the process. And as long as you're digging the trench and planting the seeds and digging the field, the crops will always grow up behind you. So don't treat it like it's a job, treat it like it's a career. It's serious, and then marry the process and not the outcome. And if you're focused on that always, the outcome will always come.
All right, guys, this is freaking Johnny Graham, bro. Pacific United Power, Real Sales Dynamics. You guys crushed it on the stage yesterday. You dropped some of the best one-liners we've heard, bro. Do you have any advice for like how people can like go through like that financial hardship to get to where they want to be?
You just got to ask yourself, is this your career, right? If this is going to be a career for you, then you're going to have some tuition time. So if you were going to, for example, get a degree, you're going to have 4 years of not earning any income, right? 4 years of not earning any income, actually spending money to eventually make money one day, right? How long does it take to build a pipeline? A couple months, right? And then a lot of struggle, a lot of learning, getting over some humps, getting over your learning curve. but you have to pay the price. You have to learn the skills in order to be able to go ahead and have it transferred to the marketplace. There's no shortcuts on it. And so if the higher amount of money you want to earn, the higher level of skill set as well as work ethic you're going to have, plain and simple. Your income will be a direct reflection of the amount of work you put in as well as the skills that you have.
So for those of you who don't know, this is Bill Murphy from the Solar Cheat Code. You are the godfather of doing all the virtual sales in this industry. We're talking to everybody, getting their feedback on the industry. So what would be your message for everybody watching this video? This is SolarCon 2, the greatest show on earth. So what's your message for everybody? How can they keep up with the times, and what motivation and inspiration you got for people?
If you come at the homeowner relationship as with a servant's mindset, a servant heart, the homeowner's not going to feel sold. They're going to feel like you're on a mission to get them money, because people will join a mission. They don't want to be sold things. They want to just buy solar. If you're on a mission to get them money that they're entitled to, they'll join the mission with you.
All right, guys, we got Brandon Hall here from Shut the Fluff Up and many other organizations that you're involved in, man. You had a great speech. Was that yesterday or day one?
Oh, that was day one.
That was day one, man. Yeah, you crushed it. Now we're on day 3, wrapping up the greatest show on earth. So I know you've been involved pretty heavily. How do you think it's been going, and what's your message to everybody in the Solar Nation?
This has been incredible. It's been really inspiring seeing how many people showed up and everyone banding together. My favorite thing is seeing everybody online in the communities trying to make the industry a better place to work, sales integrity going up, and just the fact that there's freaking 3,000 people here, man. I don't think we've had an event this big before.
Do you have any advice for somebody that's struggling financially? Maybe their back's up against the wall. I don't know if you've ever been in that situation before, but for everybody watching, it's dude, sometimes it takes a couple months to have success in this industry, right? So can you kind of speak to that? Have any inspiration for people that are struggling financially, that are trying to get ahead but just can't seem to catch a break yet?
Yeah, well, honestly, it's always the hardest in the very beginning when you're starting something new, and a lot of times I see guys try to over-educate themselves, and they're almost studying too much, and they're getting themselves in their own head, and they get what I call featureitis. I'm sure a lot of people have used that term before, where they know too much and they're thinking too much and they're making it too much of a big deal. When you take a look at a lot of the guys that are at the top, they're not the ones. They're like the cavemen that are that'll just bust through anything, and it's their mentality that's getting them their sales and their money. And so, a lot of times I see the top guys are the one, their best month sometimes are their first couple months. You see it happen all the time. You hire people, they crush it for a couple months because they're really excited, and then they don't do as well afterwards because they start trying to make life easier and get clever, and they start overthinking leads and stuff. So you just gotta bust your freaking butt, and how you start is how you finish. So if you come out the gate strong, that usually that work ethic will echo through the rest of your employment with whatever company you're at.
Hey guys, this is Sam Taggart, literally one of the biggest names in the solar industry and in the door-to-door industry, obviously, right? And so the one thing that I love about you, bro, is that you're hosting these experiences for people, right? So it's with us, with our nonprofit Battle of the Gains, that's what I want to do, bro. I want to travel all around the world. You've created a lifestyle around this industry, right? Which I think is the goal for so many people. But just to bring people together and host these experiences, what's your biggest advice for somebody that wants to do that? How did you get to the point where you're able to
Dollars
host
will
all these
follow
experiences?
value. And when I have an experience, I make sure I cultivate the right people there, the right message, the right environment, so that it's is there value exchanged? So the people that came to Egypt last year, they were all the same people that signed up for Africa, because I provided so much value that they're the first ones to be we're in, we're booking the spots.
Hey guys, I'm straight up fangirling over Brad Lee, man. He's about to drop some bombs. Mrs. Elliott right here. You mind telling us what's going on here, Mrs. Elliott?
Well, Brad Lee snuck in a little early. He's supposed to speak at 5 o'clock, but we found him here roaming around a little early, so now he's here at our booth.
So we've been asking people all sorts of questions, best advice for a brand new setter. How do you overcome financial hardship? How do you set expectations with your spouse to let them be okay with you working so hard? But my question for you is, why is the Elliott Group the greatest sales organization of all time?
Well, I think a lot of times people don't really put the heart into it, and a lot of this, especially in these industries, you have solar and you have a lot of different industries right now with a lot of 20-year-old people that are coming in, and they're really just motivated to make money. Yep. And a lot of times that alone won't get you there. You might make fast money, but then you're going to lose it all. And I think a lot of it has to do with just chasing for the wrong reasons. And they probably give up a lot to go in and work and make a lot of money. But we teach here at the Elliott Group, and the reason why we've been able to build a team and sustain, we tell them that they can get it all. They don't have to give up one for the other. Yep. You can be a great husband or a great father or a great boyfriend boyfriend or whatever, girlfriend, and you can be a great business person all at the same time, because if you chase one, you're going to lose the other. And after all, what are we working for, right? To have it sustainable. So basically, the reason why the Elliott Group has been able to scale is because we've led by example and showing that everything is important. And we haven't really told them, hey, you work for us and all you have to do is work for us. And we show them that we care. We want them to be good husbands and good boyfriends or whatever. We basically tell our guys, hey, you be good to your girlfriend, even if you have a girlfriend. If not, don't be with her, but you're not going to cheat on her because you're not going to work with us. Because if you cheat on her, you're eventually going to cheat yourself from a lot of different things, and you might not be the best businessman for us anyway. The reason why we're so loyal and we're so united is because we do care. We want to know about the family. We want to know what's important to them, and if it's their family, it's our family as well. 100%. So I think a lot of this business is missing that. It's missing the heart. It's missing that other side, and that's the reason why a lot of people make a lot of money, but then all of a sudden their income drops because they lose a lot and they give up a lot, and they really don't have any substance behind it.
This is Danny Klein. You guys are probably seeing him at the top of the leaderboard. Dude, we got Brad Lee over here. We got Andy Elliott. We got the whole Elliott group here. So tell us what's going on here.
Dude, it's just called being undeniable. There's 3 levels. There's good, great, and there's unstoppable. When you look around, you got guys like Brad, you got guys like Sam Taggart, you got your boy right here. We got everybody that's just around us. And like, listen, we're not here to compete. We're here to dominate. We're also here to partner with people. It's not about us versus them. It's us. It's me versus me. It's you versus you. But if we all come together, we can be stronger together. It's the same reason as, like, I'm not here. There's 5 or 6 other training companies. There's some of them that don't like us, and there's some that have came over to say, hey, let's do something together. Let's collaborate. And we've all been open arms, and that's what it's all about, man.
Hey, best tip for someone that's back against the wall right now. They're struggling financially. They need to get ahead. They can't get to break. It takes sometimes like 3-4 months, right, to get your first check. What advice do you have for these guys that are trying to get ahead, bro?
What I would tell you is remember who you are. Don't forget your identity. I think a lot of people, when they're trying to get started, they look at their checks, they look at their bank account, and they correlate their finances, their paycheck, their results with who they are. You have to learn to become the person you want to be. You have to learn to become the $100,000 a month earner, the $1 million a year earner before you actually get the million. I always say the belief comes before the checks and execution over perfection. Put in the work now, figure out the details later.
Can we meet Brad Lee?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I got you, bro.
It's great to meet you, man. Love the podcast, dropping bombs. Our biggest question for you is just like, how incredible is this opportunity in solar? And what's your best sales tip for those that are like struggling right now? Like they're trying to get ahead, they haven't caught a break yet.
Listen, at the end of the day, if you're struggling in the solar industry, dude, it's not that you need a tip. You need to get off your ass. You need to take this thing seriously, and you need to quit being a bitch. Because like almost anyone can freaking sell solar. Solar's not hard to sell, right? It's a mindset thing. Rejection is hard to take, and that's the problem that most people need to get over.
This guy's one of the biggest influencers in the sales and motivation industry. Last question, bro. How did you get to where you're at? Like for someone that wants to be an influencer, which is like everybody, right? It's like, how did you do it?
Well, I think if you want to be an influencer, you need to put out a lot of content, and instead of trying to think up the content, just be the content. And I'll probably talk about that in there too, because it took me about 20 years to build my first 8-figure company, and then I built 3 more in less than a year with a brand by being an influencer. And everybody can build that influence. They just have to be consistent, you know, and ultimately be the content.
What's your advice for sales people in this industry to not be distracted by everything going on and keep on going out and getting the bag?
Well, I mean, you got to just know that there's only kind of 3 things that matter: mindset, skill set, and habits. So if you ain't doing well, look at your mindset, look at your skill set, and look at your habits, and all of those can be fixed. So I would say get off your ass, do the right thing, make a decision, and let's go.
So you guys might not know this because you're not in the car industry and you're just doing sales, but if you're in solar, like you might not know these guys. This is the freaking Macklin twins. Like these guys are literally the most energetic, high-T sales professionals in the entire game. You guys are traveling around the country, going to places like Chicago, you know, we're in Utah, freaking everywhere, man. So how did you guys get to where you're at, and what are we looking at doing 2023, bro?
Well, in a quick conversation, we dominated automotive. So I dominated car sales for 10 years. Andy was my mentor. He gave us the edge in selling cars. Andy believes that, look, if you want to be good, there's good, great, and unstoppable. If you want to be an unstoppable salesperson, get in proximity with other unstoppable salespeople. That's what we're doing here at SolarCon. I work for Andy Elliott now. I'm his right-hand man. We started the Elliott Group. Andy's dominating in every industry, whether it be solar, insurance, sale. Like if it's sales and you can sell it, freaking Andy knows how to sell it.
All right, what's going on, guys? We are on day 3. I'm about to go on stage. We're standing in front of the bathroom here waiting for the Danny Pesci to come out of the men's room. It's been longer than 20 seconds. So, Callie, how much longer do you think it's going to take for Danny to come out of the bathroom?
No
No comment. Okay. There he is. All right, guys, we've got the Danny Pesci coming out of the bathroom.
Let me just tell you, dude, I came out because I couldn't get out of there quick enough. Somebody's got some fucking indigestion, okay? The topics out on the stage are amazing, but the food, there's something that's not sitting well with somebody in there. Probably this guy. So, dude, it's fucking gross. But you know what else is gross is how fast the solar industry is fucking expanding.
So as we finish up the greatest show on earth, year 2, what's your final message, man, for Solar Nation, dude? As we
Solar
head into,
Nation,
Q2.
Solar freaking Nation. Everyone that showed up, appreciate you. The ones that don't, that think they're too good, are gonna be taken over by the guys who work harder, study harder, and knock harder. So get out to a conference, spend some money, buy the Snapper Academy, buy my dude, whatever. Just start spending some money on yourself. Go to a conference. If you spend more money on your car than you do your own personal education, guess what, dog? That ain't how you're supposed to be doing it. If you're spending more in a month on your car than you are spending on your intelligence, that's gonna rock your ass. So telling you.
We're behind the scenes before we're about to go on the panel. We've got Carlos, we've got Heather, we've got the Solar Go, we got all these guys that are gonna be on stage. This just in, Danny Pesci's gonna be the moderator. First thing we do, guys, before we go on stage is we waterfall liquid IV. You guys ready? Watch this.
Where's mine? Don't drink it all, you
Was that quick?
Let me have some of that. Let's go.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Ah, yeah.
Social media panel. Stay hydrated, my friends. Dude, I've never been so hydrated in my entire life. Hey, we're being on the social media panel here in a second if you want to see us, bro. Hell yeah. Hey guys, not to interrupt, but we're gonna be on stage here at 4 o'clock if you guys want to come learn how to be on social media. I'm not like this guy, but you know, he inspired me, so. Hey guys, we're on the social media panel here in 5 minutes. You guys want to come see us? Let's go.
We're talking about how to blow up your MySpace. We're going live here any minute. You don't want to miss this. Text your friends, grab some seats. Yes, you, welcome. Hello, welcome. Yeah, dude, we're getting them hype, baby. Sell or be sold. We gotta fill this booth. We're cold calling people right now. Quit taking pictures with Brad Lee and get over here. I'm really excited to go into this panel today. Some of these guys are some of my good friends. I just met them. There's TikTok famous, YouTube, Instagram, all of it. And there's so much money to be made in being on the Instagram, getting recruits. That's a huge way that I was able to get recruits growing up. So we're gonna hear from the top guys in the space right now. So I'm gonna bring them up to the stage. Let's bring up my good boy and good friend, Mr. Will Ellerman, the Red Snapper. Woo! Put him on the board, baby.
What's going on, Solar Nation? Will Ellerman. I also go by Billy Gaines on Instagram, founder of Battle of the Gaines, a healthy living movement, as well as the Lumi Bros. Hands up if you guys have heard about the Lumi Bros before, the #1 solar sales team in America. We're a group of success-driven individuals who compete at the highest level. We believe it's our duty and obligation to be successful and that no one will do it for us. So I literally just documented my journey starting a year ago. Nobody knew who we were, and basically documented our journey going from a brand new setter that was totally broke to a regional manager doing 500 installs with $25 million for our company, and documented the whole thing on social media. Super excited to be here with you guys. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for coming, and we're excited to drop a ton of knowledge and value for you guys.
Here's the question I want to ask you right now. I get this a lot, is why even mess with social media? Why do it? So for somebody that's sitting in the audience, hey, I don't have a social media presence, I've got nothing. Why should I even waste my time doing it?
So the question is like, why social media, right? So the first thing is you guys gotta have a wildly important goal. So it's like for us, this last year was to become the #1 solar sales team in America, which we definitely did, you know, almost 500,000 views on YouTube, $25 million like on the roof. But the biggest thing is like when I first got into this industry a year ago, nobody knew who we were, but I looked at people like Edmund Catan in the crowd right here. I looked at people like, you know, Jimmy and Deborah, the solar power couple. I looked at you know, Danny Pesci, and just said like, hey, I want to do these things, right? So it's just, people got to know you, like you, trust you, just like you were just talking about, Joe. The whole goal for me is to have the world's largest nonprofit for mental health with Battle of the Gains. So that's what I want to do come 2025. I want to help inspire people to make gains in life, in all aspects of life, physically, mentally, spiritually, with their finances, with their relationships. But I just want to tell you guys, is like, you know, especially you right now, bro, it's like you can be up here 1 year from now, right? And you can look at these guys and say, hey, you know, I can be up there too. But it's pretty crazy to be up here because a year ago, nobody knew who we were. And if people don't know who you are, they can't like you and they can't can't trust you, right? So it's like the trust is there now with the work we've done, and we're heading into phase 2. So all of us should always just have goals that we want to hit, not just with social media, but with all aspects of our life, right? And realize that it's not going to happen right away, but if you show up every single day consistently, that's the biggest thing with social media. You see a ton of people doing incredible content, but they're not consistent with it. So we just said when we first started, hey, we don't know what's going to happen, and that's our favorite part. We're all doing a ton of incredible things, right? All we got to do is just document our process every single day, and 1 year from now, you guys will be here at SolarCon telling your story about how you guys did something that no one's ever done before, and because of that, you guys will have something that nobody's ever had. So that's why we're doing social media, baby.
Next, let's say you got a social media presence right now and it's not where you want it to be. And you're not getting the traction, you've tried it, and it's like, bro, I post this stuff, it's not doing good. What would you recommend the people listening right now to do to start getting some more hype around their presence, their posts? Do they start spending money? Do they start networking? What does someone do who's got a platform that's not very good or not getting a lot of engagements? What should they do?
You know, there's 3 things that we should be doing in this industry of solar, and that's recruiting, selling, and training. Raise your hand if you guys agree with that. So those are the 3 things we're doing, right? So that's what the content should be about. We should be teaching how to knock doors or how to sell virtually. We should be teaching how to recruit. That's one thing that, you know, I don't think a lot of people do, is like actually role playing how to recruit somebody, right? And then just training, like the morning correlations, you know, dropping the most fire lines that you can have to inspire people. But at the end of the day, it's not about what you guys want to do for content. It's about what your audience wants. So it's like, who's your audience, right? And then giving them what they want, which for a lot of us, it's like, how do you knock those doors, and how are you building a team? So that's the kind of content that you should niche down on. And like we say, there's niches, there's riches in the niches, right? So we got to niche down and just be the best at that.
Next question is, what are some ideas to create content? You're in the audience, you're like, okay, cool, I want to start. What do I do? What should I film?
The kind of content that we're posting, we got to realize like it's very good to do it for business, but also it's like, think about where we're going to be like 50, 60 years from now, and like our kids and grandkids being able to watch our social media to see the journey that we were on. Like that's really why we're doing it, or why we should be doing it. Patrick Bet-David says that. So it's like, how much would you guys pay to watch, you know, 80 hours of content from your grandfather? Like raise your hand if you'd pay a lot of money for that, right? To be able to see like why he was doing what he's doing, to be able to like, you know, see yourself in him. And so it's like, we've all got businesses, right? At the end of the day, we're all here to make money, but it's all about life too, right? So it's like, don't just document like, you know, knocking doors or, you know, fixing solar panels or like building our businesses, right? Like post what you're doing in the mornings, right? Like post your morning routine and like what you're learning and like how you're leveling up. Do content that is going to make your family proud and just help people want to be a part of your community for sure.
Thank you guys for freaking coming. We did it.
Dude, you have no idea how much you've influenced me, dude. Like, you're the reason I got into this industry. With all the sales training that you've done, for all the people that have watched you, you've generated billions of dollars for helping the sales guys go out there and make money. That's impact. You're changing people's lives. Everybody that's struggling financially, their back is against the wall. They are like maybe a couple months into this industry. They haven't gotten through yet, right? You see so many people like, dude, I'm about to give up, right? And like for yourself too, have you been in that situation before where you were like trying to break through? What's your biggest advice for these guys to be able to go out there and really break through and see financial success?
So this opportunity is real. You know, 20% of the guys that work for me make over $500,000. I had 6 Golden Door winners on stage. They're going to be on stage again, but it's going to be harder this year. They're coming into solar if they're brand new at a time that it's harder. My appointment to sit rate is way down. And why is that? I've never had people set an appointment at the door and then find us, look us up, find the phone number, go, don't come. I know you're coming with information about solar. I told my husband, I said yes to the solar appointment. He had a cow. He says, we don't know if we're going to be alive or dead in a month. I don't know if I'm going to have my job. We might have to move to Chicago, cancel that meeting. We don't want to see this information. I've never had anybody run my ass down to ask me, please don't show this. I had no shows, but it was about 75, 80% would be there when we got to the door, and you know, that was the sit rate, was 75, 80%. That's gone down to about 50% because when people finding us saying, don't show me, I don't want to know this, I don't want to want a $50,000 thing right now because the economy, the world, it's upside down, interest rates, inflation, the whole thing's cattywampus. I don't know what the hell's going on in a month or two. We need to shut this appointment down. So that makes it harder. It makes it harder. However, it also makes solar 100 times more important. The interest rates are high. The inflation is high. Energy prices are going to soar. They're going to be like in peril if they don't convert from fossil fuels, which are going to be priced and taxed out of existence, literally in the next 7 years, right? We're going to cut our emissions in half in the next 7 years. According to the Department of Energy, I heard the lady from the Department of Energy say it. The investment, the Inflation Reduction Act, has $400 billion in it twice. Once to give to people to go solar, and once to charge the people that don't. And these people are going to pay and pay hard if they don't go solar. And it's our job, it's our service to get out there, but it's going to be harder because in a tough economy, people don't have confidence. And that's what we're dealing with right now. That means we got to work harder. We got to set twice as many appointments. And we have to be the ones that believe that when we get them over that hump, if we let them back down the hill, because they're going to think about it, rather than giving them a swift kick, get them down the hill, they're the ones that are going to benefit. And they're going to benefit in such a magnificent way that we can be proud of the job we did. And yes, that's our job. We're salesmen. Our job is to put that glass on the roof, and that family will benefit every time. Never doesn't.
All right, guys, we've got the CEO of Click here. We're about to go see Brad Lee. So, dude, how's the event been going? And what's your biggest message for the Solar Nation?
It's been unbelievable, and the overarching message is this: we need to clean up our industry and do things the right way. Policing your own people, making sure they're telling the truth, making sure they're recruiting in an ethical way, and making sure that we're doing what we tell people we're going to do, both as owners to the companies, but also for sales reps to customers.
Yep, love you guys, love the Click Bros. We got to go hang out with them when we were on the Solar Center Closer Tour, and now we're about to go watch the final act of the show. Let's go, dude. We're about to walk in here together, man. Hey, how excited are you to go see Brad Lee? I'm pumped. Yeah.
Brad Lee, Brad Lee, Brad Lee.
See you next year. Peace out, bro. Nice to meet you guys.
I think this guy's content is amazing. Straight from his heart, he's helping everyone in the industry. So I told him that if you want to do international, because he mentioned is one of his goal that he wants to knock the doors across the world. I told him I'll sponsor him for Australia or UK or any of those.
Hey everybody, thank you so much for watching. We are on a quest to be the largest nationwide sales team. So if you're in any of these states right here, guys, click the link, we'll reach out, and we'll see if you're a fit to be part of the #1 solar sales team in America. Let's go.